Do you think they focus group artist selection before they pick them?
No.
I personally think that he is right in the internet and forgiveness. I also think that he's underestimating today's value of the internet.
Because if I'm a business and I'm publicly traded, the internet hurts my bottom line. It hurts my stock price. It hurts my shareholders. Would Michael Jackson, with the allegations on his
and everything that happened,
the NFL have given him a chance to do so?
Hey, before you watch this clip right now, I need you to do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, and comment after you watch that video.
You might want to sit down for this.
Yeah. So okay, before we get to the J. Cole, get into that diatribe, you guys saw what Chris Brown said, right?
I did.
How'd you guys feel about what he said?
I have Chris Brown at Usher level.
No, I know, but that's not what I asked.
Chris could do it.
It's also
because of course Chris can.
Y'all
do
notice
it.
I forgive Chris. I just don't know if America forgave Chris.
Right. Well, everybody hates Chris, so
I forgive Chris.
That's an understanding. But my thing is, did you saw what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay.
They need me or something like that.
What was the exact quote?
I can't remember.
It
It's like something like.
Well,
Well, I guess it's safe to say. Or something. Like it sounded like a bar. Like I can't lie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
like it was sound like a bar.
I think it's safe to say. Why? Why is it safe to say? It's very unsafe.
I don't know what Chris saw to be like, yo, you know what?
I would, but that's the thing about me.
Let me tell him what I'm thinking right now.
That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. I hate that we you're right. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to know what he saw to say that. But what if he didn't see?
I have to say this.
But what if he didn't see anything particular? What if that? I know, but what if some random on the street just said, "Yo, Chris, I really need you to be in the Super Bowl."
Was there a conversation going on online about him?
There's been for
something like that.
No, there's always been conversations.
Like it's
everybody's been
bubbling.
talking about him doing it for years. And
I honestly don't think. I don't think the NFL does it because of how corporate they are.
But there's been doors.
Yes, there's been secret doors
opening. You know, he's starting to get.
Yeah, I can open secret doors, but I can't publicly put you on television. Like
why not?
No, but
first of all, when you want to think about the likelihood of those things happening,
the Super Bowl is such a stage wrought with so many opinions, with so many different eyeballs. People are still mad at J-Lo for how she handled Shakira in that Miami Super Bowl. They're still mad at her for that.
It's another Spanish one. See, it's the Spaniards. I mean, the Latinos.
I don't know. I think Chris could do it. I think the NFL. I just don't know if the NFL's been able to do it.
Of course,
because it's.
Obviously we're talking about the larger.
When you say could do it, what do you mean?
Yeah, because you're talking about ability, song catalog wise,
asking him to do it.
I'm saying
exactly. Those are the three questions. Yeah, because you have to specify what you mean.
Michael Jackson is one of the top 3 Super Bowl halftime shows of all time.
Yeah.
In today's climate, right? Would you slide everything? And would Michael Jackson, with the allegations on his
and everything that happened,
the NFL have given him a chance to do the Super Bowl?
If Jay-Z was in charge, yes.
Yeah,
and that's where I think that's where the difference.
No, you're
right. That's where the difference is because you have an intermediary.
Any job or any whatever the case may be, when you have somebody at the highest level vouching for you, even if it's year after year after year after year, hold tight. I'm working a play. Just keep doing your thing. You'll just
keep your nose clean.
Keeping it clean. I'll eventually. There's gonna be opportunity. Go get some Grammys. Go do some tours. Go do some stadiums. It's possible.
$1.5 million is a 30-second spot during the Super Bowl, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It might even be 3. I mean, it's crazy expensive.
Yeah.
There are. Look, somebody would always advertise.
Yeah.
Is there any corporate backlash? Chris Brown gets announced for the Super Bowl. Do any advertisers come out and say we will not be advertising this year? And then does that cause a snowball?
I don't think that happens.
What these guys, again, they're capitalists at the end of the day. I could want to work and play all I want. If you start hurting the bottom line too much, I can't help you.
But that's why I think time heals these type of things. Obviously,
time and circumstance.
Not with the internet. That's I agree with you.
No, but it's not about the internet. But people forget about things.
No, but
people get numb. People get numb to
things. No,
sir.
Because if I'm a business and I'm publicly traded, the internet hurts my bottom line. It hurts my stock price. It hurts my shareholders.
Yeah.
So I can't do this if it's going to hurt the bottom line. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a percentage of acceptable risk. There's an amount where they'll say, look, we'll take the short-term hit because platforming Chris is probably going to get us this, But anybody, if you cost too much money, we can't do it.
But
I'm wondering, does Chris cost too much money to do?
That's okay. You're bringing it in that.
That's where does it cost them too much money to platform Chris Brown for the NFL halftime show?
That's why there would be more of a I guess you would be a heightened cleanup, if you will, of whatever
on the
imagery
runway.
that they think that needs to be.
I remember also keep
going
in mind how unforgiving and historical the internet is. The internet made it uncomfortable for Kevin Hart to do the Oscars. Now, it's been a couple of years since that happened.
Yeah.
But now when you see the whole tapestry of Kevin Hart's career, the internet stopped that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a rebuttal.
at a certain time, right?
I have a rebuttal, but I want you to say, because I want you to cook. No, because I want you to say what you're saying, because I need it coming from an artist's perspective.
What? I don't know what you particularly
What you're because I want you to respond to what he's saying. He's saying that the internet, he's putting a very heavy crown on the internet narrative in regards to the Super Bowl thing. Okay, so. And the fact that they didn't forgive Kevin Hart, or
I personally think that he is right in the internet and forgiveness. I also think that he's underestimating today's value of the internet.
Yes.
You think there would be enough voices saying no? I want Chris doing the halftime show.
I think
that's not even the demographic of the NFL.
Don't put it to Chris, because he brought up Kevin. So I'm saying
Gotcha.
I think Kevin doing what he did.
Kevin could do the Oscars now. I agree.
Even Kevin doing whatever he did
Yes.
during these times
Yes.
would get way more forgiveness or more forgetness than that time.
Yes.
I think the stain of things on the internet lingered way more before than they do now,
today.
because there's way more things happening at the same time that you would have to take a humongous, real revolt, which I'm not saying is not impossible.
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking about the cleanup act. I'm talking about if Chris is continuing to say stuff like that, being rude to some fans somewhere at a game. But I'm saying if he has a lineup of things
that they can
that are small but are still like
track
irritants, and then now they announce that. Chris is gonna be the Super Bowl. Yes, I think that there could possibly be the internet coming and start saying, not only did he do that, but look at what he did, this. But I think further he
do that though.
But it might not be as loud. And therefore, that's when they'll do the risk assessment. That's when they'll say, okay, there are going to be a group of people that are going to be saying this, but it's not as loud as we thought it was. So should we take the hit on this particular thing for this particular moment, because what we think might be a good thing for the Super Bowl to bring this particular thing or not?
Do you think they focus group artist selection before they pick them?
No.
You think it's just an executive committee? They don't make any assessment of what
this is Roc Nation.
Picking somebody.
Yeah. This is Roc Nation's taste levels, I believe.
I don't think so. I don't think
you know who makes the risk assessment? NFL, when they bring them their choices. Let me say it again.
The NFL will say yes. Okay, good.
Roc Nation makes their creative choices of who they feel.
To my point. Roc Nation submits a list of artists, Chris Brown included.
Sure. I don't think they have so far.
Chris passes the NFL's risk assessment.
But I don't think we're not doing this. I don't think they've submitted him either.
No, I'm just saying generally speaking in terms of the likelihood of him being able to do it. I don't think corporate America, that's what the NFL is. That is corporate America. Bottom line dollars, billionaire America. When they run the Chris Brown name through the focus group, I don't think it comes out making them enough money.
So basically, in every field and every
because the Bad Bunny name was worth it. I know the focus group said, "Yo, he speaks Spanish," and then somebody else came and said he's been the #1 streaming artist 5 years in a row.
That was like a hands up, hands down play.
Yeah,
that wasn't one we had to think about. We have to think about all these other ones. They probably had to think about the Kendrick one. They had to think about the Kendrick one about what he's.
I'm not going to give you that because they did have to think about it. 32 NFL owners who do not look like us are going through situations, groupings, parties, running businesses where they're surrounded by the demographic that had the issue with it.
Okay.
So it did matter to them.
Okay.
32 NFL owners had to say, okay, it's fine.
And then somebody said, do you know how much revenue would come in?
Which is why it's fine, but you can't say there's no cost to them.
I didn't say there's no cost.
No, but that's my point. Yeah. I don't think that they make that same argument and the owner say, how much is Chris going to make us? And then number be enough. I think it's just risk.
All I think, I'm not saying that he has the opportunity. Or that
right. Or he's even a shoe in.
If he stayed more clean, removing such a statement that he had and continued on this, I would consider a redemption path. We can ignore it all we want because of the history.
NFL halftime show.
No, even somebody who had a decent series, a decent season, there might be one or two people that give them a MVP vote, even though majority of the people. That means a perception from somebody got changed based on someone's.
And I can tell you why that's possible.
And the fact that the Grammys, who was very against him for the longest of time. He was shut up.
He was iced out.
This is his. You're talking about, forget football. That's his job. Yeah. He couldn't go to his jobs award ceremony.
Get awarded. Yeah.
So the fact that they started to slowly peel back a couple nominations eventually,
and then he
wins one. Then you're invited to come after all these years. This only happened in the last 2 years. I'm saying that. All I'm saying is, I agree. I think overall they're going to sit there and be like, hell no. But do I think that there's a point where his name might have just got thrown in? Because I don't think his name's ever been.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I think his name's not even in there at all. But then someone, well, what about? And then someone goes, well, hell no. Well, that's the first time you've ever brought him up. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I think his name gets thrown in eventually.
I'll give you another reason why that makes more sense. Because there was actually footage of 2 or 3 Roc Nation employees at Chris Brown's concert recording it. Now, I know to the average person that might not mean much, but we're talking about 3 people that work directly for Jay-Z and whatever Velez or whatever Vasquez at hands-on watching Chris Brown do his arguably his largest, which is actually, they recently said, one of the most successful tours of either of in a long time or R&B or of last year, whatever it is. The fact that they have eyes on him means that they're actually looking at him. Now, we don't know what that means. That could be that just 3 workers just going to have a night on the town. Like, we don't know if that has any additional meaning. But what I will say is the 2026 that we are in, we live in a very volatile, we don't know what can happen. And you were talking about all these different risk assessments and being concerned about all these things. But the thing is, it's just so interesting that all of that worrying about this and that and a third matters until you talk about the entity that sits at the top of everything.
I knew you were going to say that. So that's
but without saying it. But I feel like if there was ever a time for that to happen, where it's like, where that entity can come in and be like, well, he's made mistakes.
What are we talking about?
The person who sits above the highest seat in the land.
You talking about Trump?
Sure.
Trump not getting involved with Chris Brown.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what he's talking about.
It's Trump being in that office and
means what?
Means that there is obviously
no.
Anything goes.
No. I can't.
Anything goes.
I can't, in good conscience, let him say.
What
this.
about in bad conscience?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to know this. If you're the president of the United States,
you can do anything.
Nixon said this. It's not against the law. It don't work like that for nobody else. So don't think that Donald Trump is changing the world. You can't do this stuff he's doing. He got to the White House.
But America is his world, and
I don't know what this guy's talking about. You what you're saying is not true.
Wait, what am I saying, and how is it not true?
Because what are you saying?
Donald Trump posted a video the other day
of Obama
and Michelle Obama.
Well, he said
he had a press secretary go out there and say it was an excerpt from The Lion King, a film with no orangutans, blood. Okay,
there's no
any CEO in America, if he did that, is already at home.
Yeah,
but not when you're the president of the United States of America. That's all I'm saying. So don't say like Donald Trump changed the world, bro. Everybody else is like,
no.
There's the rules, and then there's Trump.
Yeah, not even presidential rules. Trump rules. Because it's different.
There's president rules, and then there's a Trump.
Trump taking that to the next level.
And there's a Trump card.
Trump is showing us
there's a different
the rules of the presidency, which is
mine's
like Nixon said, when the president does it, it's not illegal.
Right.
He did say that.
But do you understand how? Because he loves cool points. Do you know how cool? Listen, man. That boy, he's done some things, and but he is an American, and I believe in the redemption arc story. And he loves to
some people.
He loves to throw niggas bones. Can we at least agree with that?
He's not.
Can he at least agree? This Black History Month, I've decided to let America's sweetheart, America's man.
But to let what? To come in and say, let Chris Brown play for the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Like, they say, okay.
Because these are the things, oh my gosh. It's like you guys are not even paying attention. Because these are the little things that they think that will get the Black community riled up and excited. And be like, oh my gosh, like you actually care about us. That's all I'm saying. Obviously it's a stretch, but my point is that
right now,
he's partying, it's okay.
Chris Brown don't even move the needle for this guy. And where's Chris from?
But let's not do that because there's
Tallahassee.
But,
oh, wait, no.
but T, let's not do that in terms of that line that you just said because he's moved he's done things for people that in the hip hop community that
no pull. Don't even sell number one.
I don't even know why he did that.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
I mean,
what has he done?
Who?
Freed A$AP Rocky, freed NBA Youngboy, freed Kodak Black.
I want you to look at the attorney generals
of those cities.
Brought him it. There was something that he like.
There has to be something.
So you don't think
that wasn't at the street level? That was an AG doing something for something else, bro. He didn't care. There was another deal he was cutting.
Wait, but don't mistaken this for saying that I think he cares.
No, but,
okay.
Chris Brown is not attached to anybody.
Okay.
That would benefit from getting Chris Brown off with anything.
Get him up. You mean getting him to perform? Because you guys keep talking about
letting them forgive a man.
Chris Brown pardons crimes. I don't care who performs on this freaking stage. He don't even like the kickoff. He
doesn't like the kickoff, and he'll continue to bring up the kickoff no matter what other racist stuff you guys talk about. He still gets back to the
kickoff. Right. So let's talk about J. Cole's album.
Hey man, wasn't that crazy? I enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, follow us.